All right, what's up, guys? So, Dr. Live has uploaded a video titled When Streamers Shut Down Stupid Interviewers. Yeah, like I've been saying, people will invite you onto a show. Look at that situation with that Andrew Wilson guy and the streamer Enemy Charlie. Yeah, they'll invite people, the interviewers will invite somebody to the show thinking, oh, it's like they don't know nothing. They a streamer, they a content creator. They don't know real work. They don't know nothing. Then you get hit with that harsh reality where they human just like you. They just so happen to have millions of humans watching them, but they operate just like how I guess there are those ones where they don't operate like normal people, but yeah, that's not all streamers and content creators and stuff. So yeah, you got some people out there where it's like they don't understand that and stuff. But anyways, no, yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video. Make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Dr. Live for more videos like this. And with that being
From
said,
Aiden Ross shutting down a disrespectful hip-hop interviewer.
Me and Kai are 10 times more richer than you and you will ever be. Old man.
This is coming. If I see you, I'm gonna beat the out of you, white boy. I promise you. Bet, say that shit to my face.
To Neon calling out the Breakfast Club for ganging up on him during an interview.
There's no reason for coming for someone for something that they apologized for 5 times.
These are streamers who checked stupid
I think I remember when he was
starting
on
off
there.
with
I just
Aiden-
never had paid attention to it and stuff because I really don't. It's no disrespect to the Breakfast Club, but I don't really watch them like that. But yeah, if they have Neon on there, I'll see the clips because I know there's gonna be clips of it and stuff because they done said something, he done said something. So yeah, I'll catch the clips. But as far as sitting down watching the full episode, I haven't. I think I've watched like maybe one full episode of the Breakfast Club.
Ross that completely went off on podcast host Joe Budden for talking down on young successful streamers that are taking over, saying that streamers like Kai and Speed think that they run the show.
Yo, y'all little streamers don't always run. Shut the. That's the.
Some people don't give a about your numbers.
Yeah, we don't care about none of that little streamy mosh pit, marked card, whatever you doing over there.
And that's the thing, it's none of that. So yeah, Joe Budden, he's somebody where it's like he thinks that everything operates like how it was for him when he was like I guess Kai Cenat and I Show Speed's age. And it's like, fam, times is different. You know, you got people that genuinely want to help others and be there for others and not take advantage of them. That happened to you, and that was years ago. So like that, yeah, that's one thing that Joe Budden needs to understand is that everything is not being ran off of the time of when you were involved in the entertainment industry. And it's like, yeah, you're in control of your stuff now, but it's like, it's one of those things where it's just, yeah, and it's I feel like that's the same what I Show Speed and Kai Cenat. Like they in control of their stuff. What you're doing ain't no different than what they're doing. You're just doing it differently. So yeah, I just think, yeah, Joe Budden, he's somebody where it's like, yeah, bro, you try to get your opinion too involved in stuff, and I don't know, maybe it's people, you know, pressuring him on talking on those individuals. But yeah, it's like, bro, if you ain't got nothing to say, then it's like, then don't say nothing. But I just think that, yeah, at times he can say things where it's like, bro, you could have just left that alone. But anyway,
And Joe Budden, every single time that I see you or a clip of you, it's just on some hate, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't know what you do. I can't even name one Joe Budden song respectfully. I know you used to rap. I'm gonna just be the honest.
Okay, I feel like that's well, I don't know, maybe with Aiden, yeah, but I'm like, we all know the song Pump It Up. And I'm like, you seen You Got Served. And I'm like, yeah, that last song that was playing at that very that last dance battle, yeah, that was Joe Budden's song.
Bro, like, you're one of these old heads that just hate. Why can't you be more like Rick Ross or Snoop Dogg, the OGs that are cool as and just like respect and show flowers and appreciation towards all the young. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You have no room to talk, no room to speak. You know what I'm saying? Lay your opinions about me and Kai to ourselves. Me and Kai are 10 times more richer than you and you will ever be, old man. And we're more humble than you and we're nicer than you. You're obviously a very salty old man. You have nothing going on for yourself.
Aiden saw this as typical old heads hating on younger creators, and he said that old heads like Joe only care about money, so he went on to flex on him and told him to put respect on their name.
There's no world for me to hip hop come from. There's no world where me and Aiden Ross need to talk about something.
So why bring me up, bro? Why bring me up? What do you want to gain out of it? You want
Because it's like here's the thing with Joe Button. He knows who he is. He knows that like if he could get into it with anybody. He could get into it with me. He could get into it with, I'm trying to think of somebody, I guess, a little bit more chill. But yeah, he could get into it with somebody that's like mad chill. And look, just for an example, look at that interview that he had with Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty is being as chill as he can be. Joe Button is screaming to the top of his lungs about some stuff that happened years ago. They involved him. But I'm like, fam, that's your situation. You can't compare your situation. The people that I'm signed with are different than the people that you were signed with. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I just think that at times, like, Joe Button, he ain't no different than any other content creator where it's like they are going to try to clip farm. They are going to try to get those, moments where, oh, I'm going at it with somebody and stuff. So, yeah, it's like with Joe Button, he's somebody where it's like, yeah, he ain't no different than, I guess, a young content creator. He just so happened to have some years of experience. So he knows what he's doing. So that's why I'm like, people, I guess, falling for that stuff. Yeah, I guess like for somebody that like if it's somebody like me and Joe Button gets into it with me, then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Then that's just elevating my content creating career. But yeah, Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, I Show Speed, it's like, yeah, if Kai Cenat and I Show Speed, like just their two like mega moments of their career where even if you could get their like least even you could get that collaboration stream that they did and compare it to Joe Button's most famous which what was the Joe Button podcast or even the Everyday Struggle, it's like, fam, it's not a comparison. There's a bunch of Kai Cenat and I Show Speed, they're entertaining content creators, and same with Joe Button, he's entertaining but in his own sense. You're trying to compare your entertainment, make it seem like that is better than what they're doing. It's not, so yeah, that's one of those things where, and maybe he ain't saying that, maybe, but it's like, okay, regardless, at the end of the day, whatever point that you're trying to get across, just like what Aiden said, it's like, you can keep that point to yourself. It's like, it's at the end of the day, I'm still going to do my stuff, whether you like it or not. So it's one of those things. I'm not going to stop because you don't like it. But anyway,
making something out of it. Clearly, is your podcast doing that bad? Your numbers are that bad? You need me to react to it? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out the motive. What do you want out of this, bro? Nothing just works out for you, bro. Your rap career failed. Your podcast is clearly failing.
Dang.
Brother, you should just bro, I ain't gonna lie. Bro, what the f you got going on,
I
bro?
don't say that. I'm like, okay, now that's why I'm gonna have to stop Aiden on that one. It's like, I feel like that there's people, they'll use that, I guess like there's people where that's their sense of humor and they'll say that to their friends, but to actually say that to somebody and mean it, nah, yeah, because if he were to actually kill himself, that blood would be on your hands. So that's one of those things to, I guess, prevent yourself from getting canceled. And it'd be one of those things where it's like, Bump being canceled, you going to prison behind that type of stuff. So yeah, and it's like, plus on top of that, it ain't even that serious to where it's like you gotta even make a threat, like, or not threat, but to even say some stuff like that. This is about content. It trips me out when they get that mad about some stuff. And it's like, fam, if your mind is that wrapped up in content creation to where you're just just freely tossing that around and telling people to kill themselves, nah, yeah, you gotta it's one of those things where I think you just have to step away from content creation. But anyway,
what do you have going on, bro? What is good about you?
This isn't the only time Aiden stood tall against people that were trying to disrespect him. He went really hard for his best friend Neon when he got ambushed by The Breakfast Club, a mainstream radio show, and the whole interview was just them hating on Neon. So Aiden felt like he had to speak up.
Hey, let's get into the chat, because Aiden Ross, there's a comment pinned in here. He just commented and said, Neon, I promise you they trying to belittle you and disrespect you. You know all of them, they are weird as them.
Talking about who?
Here, the chat is live in The Breakfast Club.
Anyway, go ahead.
That's what Aiden
Well, this is not Aiden Ross's interview.
I didn't know they did live streams.
Wait, hold on. We're all friends, okay? I think
the comment is pinned in the chat. The chat with the W.
You feel like we trying to belittle you, Neon?
I think as we should all come together and all just spread.
All that kumbaya. Fuck Aiden.
No, wait, all right, come on, that's my guy.
Neon tried his best to not get heated and instead decided to hold off on the big announcement he was there to announce.
Because I think in coming here, right? I know you have your announcement.
It's very early.
You gonna do it now or no? You gonna hold it off?
I'm holding for a sec. I'm gonna hold it for a sec.
Another streamer, Sneeko, made a really good point later that day when
he be getting into it with people. But yeah, I don't know. Like if I were to, that's why I'm like, if I know I got like beef retention with people, that because yeah, there's been times where people have wanted to, that I have issues with, where they invited me to have a conversation. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna have no conversation with you because I know how that's gonna go. And for one, it's like you ain't gonna be trying to get no clips and crap out of me. And it's funny how it's just I knew that was going to happen, but it's just funny how it kind of like flipped back on that individual, and it's happening to them where they using them for clips and things. So, but yeah, it's like if I got problems with people, I'm good. I ain't got no reason to just be having conversations with people like that, so. But I mean, I don't know, like Breakfast Club, like just hilarious. She seems very outspoken, but I just remember following her through Wild and Out and stuff. So she does have her comedy side. I just think that it's just like an environmental thing where it's like, okay, if you cool with them people in your environment, then those are the ones that you should be talking to. Anybody else on the outside, don't even fool with them. But anyway,
he met up with Neon, and he explained why they felt so comfortable disrespecting him like this.
Oh, we know what I was realizing watching that show?
What?
You're taking all their guests. All the guests that used to go on the Breakfast Club are coming on your stream. So if you're, a celebrity or an athlete, why would you sit down at 8 a.m. on this bad podcast that nobody's listening to anymore when you could go on Neon stream? They're mad because you're taking their guests. Like, you're the future of media, sitting down, playing ball with you, going out getting food. Why would you sit there and just get berated by these like 3 old heads when they can just do some fun stream?
I mean, he ain't lying. Like that's, Sneeko, he's somebody where I've seen him kind of change throughout the years. I think he's trying, at least from what I've seen. Maybe I'm seeing the wrong stuff, but he seems like that he's trying to be a little, like, I guess, step away, I should say, from the negativity and things. But I don't know, maybe some stuff by recently happened or been happening where he's just gotten canceled. But no, I would have to agree with him on that, because if it came down, and it's no disrespect to the Breakfast Club, I probably would, overall, just to see, I guess. But like if they invited me onto the show. But yeah, if Neon were to, I guess, like if it was a thing where I'm like, okay, how would I gain more followers, or what platform would I gain more followers and stuff? So yeah, I don't know. I guess like it would be friends. If that's the thing. I'm like, I guess I wouldn't try to get it to a point where we gonna be arguing with each other and stuff. But I mean, I'm not like saying that I will be friends with Neon and things. But if it came down between what would benefit my career more, yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those things. I ain't gotta like it, but I think I would rather be on Neon stream. But if I'm trying to like build like a friendship and stuff and get into better like business position and things, yeah, I probably would check out the Breakfast Club, because I just feel like they've been around for a while. I wouldn't necessarily say that their podcast or their radio show is dying, but I would say like follower wise, yeah, Neon, he probably does have a little bit more followers and viewers and stuff than the Breakfast Club, just because, yeah, it's like, he's one of those content creators where it's like you see his name, if you see any of those guys where it's like their names be trending from the Breakfast Club, it's like they really had to have done something crazy. But other than Charlamagne the God, I mean, it seems like anytime you see him trending, it's like, oh, okay, I mean, I guess he said or did that and stuff. But I feel like he just be trending because he just has that way of getting underneath people's skin to where it's gonna be funny and stuff. So Neon, on the other hand, yeah, he's just one of those content creators where he don't have like that same experience like Charlamagne. But no, again though, what Sneeko would say, I do agree with that and stuff. But anyways, continue on with the video.
Sneeko also shut down a disrespectful streamer on the podcast Fresh and Fit, specifically Fresh, and it's important to note that this was a very good friend of Sneeko, and instead of being there for Sneeko during tough times where he lost multiple social media accounts, he used his platform to call him stupid, saying that he should have made smarter moves.
Okay, so why are you fighting against feminism but not against censorship?
No, I'm not fighting anything.
So what are you doing here?
I'm telling the truth, bro. Well, I'm telling the truth.
Telling the truth about what? About how it's hopeless, or about what's...
About how it's hopeless. Yes, it is.
Okay.
That's a fact.
That's a podcast. I just remember it was a friend at the time where she was on that podcast, and that was the only time I watched it. I was like, I didn't really care too much for that podcast. Just because, yeah, the Myron Gaines guy, like he be just purposely going out his way to start crap with people. So yeah, that's a podcast where if it came down between that and the Breakfast Club, I don't care how many followers I would get afterwards. I know I probably would get more followers off of the Fresh and Fit because I know it's gonna probably be some clips coming out of there. But I just know that it wouldn't be a good environment for me because I'm like, I know I probably would have said something or did something to where it's like now I gotta fight with people and things. Because I'm like, the thing is this. If I know that people are trying to get under my skin, I'm like, I see that type of stuff before it happens. I'm like, oh, trust me, I'm going to give this person a reason to where they want to fight me, yelling, going crazy and all that stuff. Now I'm just going to be sitting back smiling and laughing because I'm like, yeah, I did what I needed to do. Mission accomplished. I'm going to go on about my business and things. I'm like, once when I ain't got, and I think just to really get them upset, like when they yelling, screaming and all that stuff, I just feel like, oh, I did what I need to do. I'm like, all right, so I'll see you guys when I see you go up out of there. I'm like, the only clip that's going to be getting viral out of this is you crashing out. But other than that, if you going to try to get me to crash out, ain't going to happen, bro.
Read your Quran.
Ain't going to happen.
Read your Bible.
Right. Okay, the end times is a separate conversation. If it's hopeless,
it's not separate. It's all tied together.
But sure. If it's hopeless, then what's the point of being on a podcast? I don't know what he's talking about. Okay.
And that's exactly why I won't say what I'm doing.
But we're on a podcast, so the whole point is to say things.
Fresh was struggling to get his point across and honestly looked a bit like a fool, but he doubled down and tried to make it seem like he had top secret info that he was just holding off and that he couldn't really say too much.
CEOs and creators above that level understand this. This is why they don't say certain things, because they're going to be out of the loop. And I'm in these rooms with these people, talking to them, doing things for us, behind the scenes. But I don't want to see on camera.
So it's like, what's the point of holding information? I guess, like, my thing is this, then the information must not be all that good, I guess. Like, I don't know, because I feel like people would try to hype that stuff up, and then once it gets told, then it's like, that ain't, like, that's it? that's what you was holding and thing? Yeah, I feel like at times people, they'll do that, and I think they just try to build up, like, I guess the conversation around that. And I'm like, fam, if you don't got no information, then don't even talk on it. But if you do, it's like, then yeah, you'll figure out some way somehow to talk on it. But anyway,
my fight is better than your fight. It's still a good fight, though.
You talk like you're a CIA agent who's like having Illuminati meetings with Putin and Kim Jong-un. Just because you speak to the CEOs of like social media companies does not mean that you're behind the scenes crafting for the future of America.
Your solution isn't better than mine.
Sneeko handled this well, but more than anything, he felt let down. It wasn't even about the argument. It's the fact that he wasn't really giving him this advice when it was actually relevant. Only after the fact that he got banned, when it's easy for everyone to talk.
Are you disagreeing with me or not?
I am.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I just told you. You have a choice to make. Either you make content.
I can't do this anymore.
I can't either, because dude, you're going to loops. We're not seeing.
This guy's not going to that up, bro.
We're not seeing the people that lost their jobs following your rhetoric. For you specifically, yeah.
Me specifically, I made a mistake.
I think so.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, but you haven't provided any substantial evidence for why I made a mistake. Like, I'm in a good position financially. I still have access to my platform, still able to do what I love doing. I'm very blessed. My family's like, where
people have a tendency of doing stuff like that. Throughout my time of getting into it with content creators, yeah, they'll do that. They just like, oh, TMossBoss sucks. Okay, how? And then it's like the information that they provide, it's like, that's it. Like that's the information. Yeah, I'm not gaining nothing from you. So yeah, it's just at times where it's like, you know, people do things like that, and it's like I don't know if you trying to, I guess, get to like trigger me or what, but I'm like that's not, you're gonna have to elaborate on that. But
if I made a mistake where, like, if I made a mistake, there'd be something wrong in my life or something missing or something that I wish that I had, and there's zero regret for anything I've done.
That's good.
So is it really a mistake then, bro?
No, because of where he is now. But back then,
I was less successful when I was still on YouTube.
I know.
Okay, I'm listening.
He's doing better now without YouTube.
I know.
So how's that a mistake?
Well,
Dude, what are you talking about?
It's, you know how like when AI, when it's like you ask it a question and it's never been asked and it kind of takes a while to generate and you see all the different things that be popping up, they hit you with some old random stuff like, no, Grok, Twitter's AI thing, it's good for that. You know, you'll ask it a question and you're just like, well, no, you'll just see like when people, I ain't seen where like that Grok service thing where a person be like, so they'll have like a picture of two wrestlers. It'll be Batista and John Cena, but it'll be like a rare photo that nobody has ever seen before, right? Like it's like a photo of them when they were like, let's just say allegedly in high school. They're like, oh, this is a screenshot of Martin Lawrence and Will Smith from Bad Boys 5. And it's like, wait a minute, Bad Boys 2, Bad Boys for Life, and then when did a fifth Bad Boys come out? So it's like, what are you talking about? So yeah, no, I feel like that's like what's happening right now. He's trying to generate an answer and there ain't no generation coming out of it and stuff. He's stuck. Like this man is literally stuck.
I'm gonna leave it there.
Bro, I don't think you made a mistake, man. I think, like I said before.
Yeah, I'm like, I guess to agree on that. Yeah, Sneeko, I didn't really, I guess, like, know, because I feel like that after he got canceled and was, off of YouTube and things like that, that's when he started making a name for himself. Because I think people were all like, wait a minute, who's this Sneeko guy? So I guess, yeah, in a sense, like, he did. And I think it's like, if he's trying to get like on a better standings, yeah, I think he can, he's somebody that could come back to YouTube. He just can't, get no more controversy. But Fresh and Fit, nah, this is a platform where I'm like, I don't see them. I see their peak was, I guess, whenever their peak was. I don't know if they have peaked or not, but yeah, it's like I don't see them going no further than this. Yeah, they'll have some viral clips here and there, but other than that, it's like, bro, ain't nobody. I think people will only go to this podcast as far as like being a guest if they trying to get their followers up. But I think in Sneeko's case, like he did want to confront this guy on some personal stuff or just on their issues. And yeah, so, but other than that, it's like anybody else, it would just put your hand over Sneeko. That's who, if like people realize that I'm not really gaining nothing from this podcast, yeah, you would just only see these two on there.
Bro,
but
Fresh will win an argument in his head because he thinks of a point without saying it. Like,
yeah, I mean,
what are you talking about?
I'm protecting people that are not on camera. That's all I'm doing.
Bro, you're not like CIA. Like you always talk about like Illuminati rooms and stuff. Just say what the fuck you're thinking. We're on a podcast.
I already did.
Okay,
that's fine.
Fresh labels himself as a professional networker, so it was pretty funny when Sneeko networked his way to get a huge stream with Ye. They went on the Piers Morgan Uncensored show.
Oh, yeah.
Sneeko completely shut down Piers when he tried to disrespect him.
Well, you can ask questions. If you have questions for me, then I'll feel free to answer those.
Here's my question for you. Why is your mate Ye?
Is this whole thing going to be interrupting, or is this whole thing just going to be interrupting? Or do you want me to speak at all?
You're sounding like Andrew Tate light, like his annoying little younger brother we never knew about. Okay, doesn't work with me. Okay, you set this thing up. It's obviously some kind of elaborate prank.
Okay, your team asked me to do this. If you want to be Netanyahu light on TV,
but given you want to,
if you want to be Dave Portnoy with the suit,
it's fine.
Then sure. If you want to do ad hominem attacks, then why invite someone on your show? I set this up because your team asked me to do it. I did everything that I could. If I knew that this would, I'm not here wasting your time. You're angry at me for setting up an interview that you wanted. If you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer those.
Here's
if you
my
want
question.
to keep doing insults, there's no point in me being here.
Why did Jay stand up like a sniveling little coward and walk away before I could ask him difficult questions?
For the third time, Piers, I don't know if you have a hearing problem, but I'm not going to answer questions on another man's behalf. But
really?
Thank you for
Even though
having
you
me.
set up the interview with him
another time, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like, how am I supposed to know what he's thinking? He got up, walked in. I do remember seeing this a while back. And I mean, I think that like you're wanting to ask him questions where you already know the answer to. So like, I guess if it's like, questions where it's like he could give you a new answer, then okay. But yeah, it's like if you're wanting to ask him about his controversy and things, then it's like, okay, well, we already know the answer to that. He went out on Twitter and social media and all that and places, and he was saying crazy things. Like he said that, he did that. It's like you. I guess like the guy was found guilty or something. Like it was like a crime went down. He already, was sentenced for his crimes and stuff. And you're trying to figure out a I guess like I don't know, not so much a motive, and I don't know, maybe he is trying to figure out a motive, but it's like, yeah, I think in Kanye's case, and just to sum it up, like he is having a like a mental crisis and stuff. So yeah, I think that that's something that we can see where it's like, okay, if there is a different motive, if he has like his other reasons and stuff, then yeah, we need to figure that out. But it's like as far as I'm seeing it, yeah, Kanye is just having a mental crisis and stuff. So I think when he gets the help that he needs, stuff like that he's been doing won't be happening as frequent or not at all. But anyway,
Something from me, he's a sniveling little coward, and he's an anti-Semite and a Hitler worshipper.
Well, let's move on to iShowSpeed that humbled a sports analyst after they did a race. The interviewer didn't really think that Speed had it in him. Like, he must have been living under a rock.
Yeah, let's go.
We're looking at the race?
Right now?
Jamie, you're too old for this.
Hey, honestly, I've been ready. I've been working out on this. I've been ready for you. Come on, I'm ready. I'm ready. We can race. I was born ready. We can race.
You know, that's the thing. Like, and I've thought that myself too, because I was fast. Like growing up, like I was fast. iShowSpeed fast. I don't know that, but it's one of those things. I mentally, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I think I can hang with him in a race. But as far as beating him, that I don't know, but probably not. You know, I was fast, but wasn't like, no, like, oh, I could have been like an Olympic athlete type fast and stuff. No, but I do remember it was a time where it was a track coach. She seen me running a class because so if I can give out the layout from like my my high school that I went to, it was a pretty big high school. Like I have to say, I'm trying to think of an area. I can't even think of an area, but it was a decent size, like probably 4 or 5. Like I have to do the, the calculations and stuff, like estimate the length and things. But overall it was some distance, and I had a minute because the history teacher, she was like, oh, I'm not gonna dismiss you guys until you guys are quiet. So she waited until the last minute. So I had a minute to run all the way from one side of the school to the other side of the school. Bro, I honestly do not know how I made it, but I did made it. I made it, and it was one of those things. I'm hauling it. It was either a minute or less than a minute. I can't remember the exact time, but I just remember as soon as I got out that classroom, darted down the hallway. I'm maneuvering around kids and stuff. And then by the time, because it was it was a history class on one side of the school, and I had PE, and so it was the PE class was all the way on the other side. As soon as I had made it into because they was like, if you're not inside the classroom, then it counts as you being late. And so I think I was halfway down the stairs to get into the locker room, and then that's when because it was 2 bells, and so the one bell already went off, and then the second bell was it was getting ready to go off and things, and I made it in time. But I remember that track coach, she came up to me, handed me a flyer, and was all like, hey, if you want to try out for she asked me, she was like, did you make it to your class in time? And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, you want to it was like some initiation thing or something. I'm like, kind of messes this, but anyways, but no, I was fast. And even moments now in my adult years, I'm like, dang, man, I'm surprised I actually made it. Like there's been times where I could think back when I was working in Seattle. I remember this. It was raining. Well, it was more so traffic, but I remember I seen the bus, and I'm like, dang, bro. And I'm like, I'm not trying to wait, no, because it could be 30 minutes to an hour. I'm not trying to wait, bro. I'm trying to hurry up and get on this bus. And so I looked at the bus driver, and I was all like, hey, meet me at the next stop. Bro shrugged his shoulders, and he's like, I don't know, man. There was traffic. I think if it wasn't no traffic, I probably would have missed that bus and stuff. But anyways, but no, I beat the bus driver there. It's like as soon as the crosswalk allowed me to go across, I was like, I was just hauling it down the street. Looked like Will Smith in Pursuit of Happiness and stuff. Beat the bus driver there. Bus driver pulls up. He's like, man, you're quick. And I'm like, I'm tired. I'm like, and I want to go home and nap.
Ready.
I'm like,
the interviewer was playing dirty, pushing Speed in the middle of the race.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Here we go.
On
your marks.
I'm like, man.
Set, go.
That guy, wow. That's crazy.
He got visibly mad, especially since his pants ripped during the race.
Dang.
He shut the interviewer down quickly.
Honestly, man, you cheated and you still lost.
Get off.
What you gotta say? What you gotta say,
It was a
Jamie?
good race.
What you gotta?
I'm gonna say you.
He sabotaged that. He's doing all of this.
Oh, sorry. What happened to your pops?
You sabotage. Woo!
Dang.
Oh my God.
Kai Cenat had a similar situation to Aiden, where an old school interviewer talked down on him for doing rapper collabs on his streams. Specifically, Elliot Wilson, who was the face of Rap Radar, disrespected Kai and talked smack about his stream with Nicki Minaj. And it was clearly just a jealous move after seeing the shift in hip-hop journalism.
Yeah, because I'm like, if my up and coming rapper, or even a rapper that's just getting ready to put out an album, because I think that's why she put out an album, Nicki Minaj, like soon after she did that Kai Cenat. It was either an album. I don't think it was that collaboration for Call of Duty. I think that happened before, so I think that stream was for an album. But yeah, it's like, fam, my thing is this. If I'm a rapper putting out an album, or up-and-coming rapper trying to make a name for myself, Kai Cenat's all like, oh, you want to be on my stream and kind of, you know, promote who you are and, you know, let us hear some, like some unreleased songs. Yes, you are the biggest streamer on Twitch and probably one of the biggest content creators on the internet. Yes, I want to do that and stuff. So yeah, but besides that, we got to have fun. We got to have it where it's like people want us to collaborate again, you know, not on no like, oh, on some business stuff, but they're like, no, they just want to see friends hang out and things. So yeah, that's what I'm like, yeah, if it comes down between appearing on a Rap Radar, whatever, in a Kai Cenat stream, now that's a no-brainer. I'm appearing, it doesn't matter what the case may be. Even if they just got me as a butler just standing there and I can't say nothing, I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things where at least I can say I was on a Kai Cenat stream. But on Rap Radar, I'm like, I don't, maybe like buy some stock into Rap Radar. That'll probably be the only, I have to say, yeah, if we talking business, then yeah, that will probably be it. Getting, you know, some sort of ownership of Rap Radar. But anyways.
The Elliot posting was, you know, like, I just think like, right now, today's day and age, people been doing it for so long, right? That it's been the same matter for years. And when there's a new thing that's out, they can't really grasp and understand it.
Yep.
So shit like that don't necessarily bother me because I know the position I'm in. I know I'm young, bro. And I got a whole journey ahead of me, bro.
Kai didn't really forget about this, which was funny when he ran into Elliot during the Grammys. And Elliot tried to be all buddy-buddy, but Kai shut him down quickly.
No, you diss my live stream. No, you diss. Hold on, wait.
Your live stream.
You diss. No, you diss my live stream.
He's like, which one? They're like, bro, the overall, like, what do you mean, which one? It ain't like I got multiple. It's like, it's just one live stream with my name attached to it.
Nikki.
I hate on Nikki.
You hated on Nikki?
I apologize to you and your family. More important, your family.
All right, you gotta stop doing that.
I will stop doing it.
But I appreciate you for the apology, bro.
You're killing it.
But we can't bring each other down, bro.
Absolutely not.
All right? From the older to the younger, it's very important that that older people guide us and help us out. We're just the young people trying to do our thing. Yes. And the more y'all just help us out.
It's like, yeah, ain't no different than when it's like when he started Rap Radar, or when them guys started The Breakfast Club, or anybody else started, Joe Budden started his stuff. It's like, fam, somebody got to start somewhere. To have it where I'm being hated on because I'm just trying to start something, that's crazy.
I'm one, the better we'll be. All together as a unit, literally.
I'm older, but you taught me a lesson.
Thank you so much, bro. Give me a hug, bro. It's all good, all right? It's all good.
That's pretty real.
But there was also another incident.
Yeah, because he realized that, I'm like, yeah, that'll mess your whole business up, fooling around with somebody like Kai Cenat in this day and age. Come on now.
Where Kai had to shut down an interviewer because he almost crashed out on NBA reporter Stephen A. Smith for not respecting his opinions.
Kyrie's amazing.
You're made up for your idiocy with what you just said about Kyrie. Way to go.
I'm like, well, bro, if you can get it out and say what you need to say. I'm like, dang, man, all that stuff. Yeah, I'm like, it's one of those things. You put me in a situation like that, I'm gonna let somebody know about themselves. But all that stuttering, I'm like, dang, one flew of the cuckoo's nest. I'm like, you think you can say what you gotta say without having to say the first word 15 different times? I'm like, dang, yeah, it's one of those things. I'm like, if you don't respect my opinion, then I'm gonna pass along some, and maybe it might be some mental stuff. I don't know, but yeah, it's one of those things where I know how I could get, and yeah, I definitely would have, because it's like that's the thing. It's like people invite me to a professional settings, and then they expected me to be professional, and I'm like, bro, I'm not a professional person. I never have been and never will be. I have had my moments where I've needed to be professional, but other than that, I'm like, nah, bro. Like the thing is this. You ask any customer at my old job, like that was really cool with. I wasn't like, oh, hey, thank you for coming in to no, I talked with them as if they were a friend of mine. Like there was the one customer I remember, he was a Patriots fan and they lost some game, but I was like, fam, I'm cracking jokes and I'm on the clock. I'm cracking jokes about the Patriots and how they lost and stuff. That it was some big game. It was either a playoff game. I think it was a playoff game. I don't think it was like the Super Bowl or anything, but yeah, I was like, fam, I'm cracking jokes. I'm like, I'm not professional. I don't care for being professional. So yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna give you a reason not to invite me to no show like this because I'm gonna let you know about yourself. So
that's more on point. Banned you from this show if I knew you'd say that on national television. So I'm gonna let that go.
Wait, ban me?
Kyle was getting frustrated and called out Steven for having biased takes.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, Steven. You when it comes to LeBron James, you start hating. That's how I feel. Cause I feel like you more of an older generation type of dude. You like Michael Jordan, cool. But listen, every time when there's a debate going on with you and with Michael Jordan and LeBron James, you always got something to say about LBJ.
Something wrong with you.
Because look at that situation with Bronny James. He wants to be, and that's the thing. With Bronny James, if I could just talk on that real quick. Bronny James just got into the NBA. All right, I think this is, his second year now. He just got into the NBA. If you're expecting him to play on the same standards as his dad or as Michael Jordan or as Steph Curry or Kevin Durant, I'm trying to think, both Isaiah Thomases, who else? Russell Westbrook, Charles Barkley. I'm trying to think of, like a bunch of different if you're trying to put him up there in the conversation of greats, he's not. He knows that he's not. But that's the thing, though. It is no different than what I just said about Kai Cenat Stream. It's that he has time and room to grow. So if you're expecting him to play like the greats, the thing is this. He ain't playing for you. He ain't playing for anybody else that's criticizing him. He's playing for those that support him. That I'm like, people need to understand that about any form of entertainment. It's that I'm not out there, whether it's playing basketball, whether it's playing football, whether it's playing baseball, or if we switch into content creation, a YouTube video, a TikTok, what else? A stream. I'm trying to think what else. Podcasting, all that stuff. Any form of entertainment. I'm not doing it for my critics. I'm doing it for those where they were there for me when I shot my first basket or when I scored my first touchdown or when I hit my first home run, or even if it's just something basics when I very first picked up a baseball bat, started up my first YouTube video. I'm there for people that's like, they're going to genuinely support me. So, but yeah, if you're going to be constantly comparing me to this person and that person, it's like, then yeah, I'm not. My thing is this: you're expecting me to bow down and worship the ground that you walk on. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen at all. And that's why LeBron, when it came down to it, where it's like he had two routes to go down, and we already knew what route he was gonna go down. After you done disrespected his son, knowing that if that had been you did the same exact. Like, let's say, I don't know if Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, I think Stephen A. Smith got kids because then it was his daughter that she impersonated him or something like that. But let's say, excuse me, I disrespected Stephen A. Smith's kids. How do you think Stephen A. Smith is gonna respond to that? I guarantee and I promise you that man gonna be in my face and be like, "Don't you ever disrespect my kids again." Same with LeBron did. And it's like that thing, didn't Stephen A. Smith, like, afterwards, like, he was all like, oh, he got in my face and he acted like he was gonna do, like, he out like, fam, stop it. I'm like, the thing is this, people thinking, oh, LeBron, he owned this and that and blah, blah. And it's like, that man, if it came down to it where he's fighting for his kids, that man's he's going to put on a fight and he is going to put on a show. All right. So yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, Stephen A. Smith, he's somebody where when it comes down to praising somebody, you might take a slight listen to it, but when it comes down to criticizing somebody, it's like, fam, I'm like, my thing is this, all right? And just to end it off on the whole Stephen A. Smith debate, let's see you go out there and play however many quarters or do this or do that. And that's the thing. I'm like, even if we got to go back to 20-something-year-old Stephen A. Smith, same age as Bronny and stuff, what were you doing at that time frame? So that's why I'm like, fam, you can criticize Bronny James all you want. At the end of the day, he's like, what, 20, 21 or something like that. He's doing better than me than when I was 21. So that's why I'm like, I guess like just from coming from not so much as like sports entertainment, but just overall entertainment, I can't pass along no criticism to him because I'm like, fam, he's doing better than me. And I guarantee and I promise you when he's my age, he gonna be doing better than my age now, and it's like what? And I might just be hitting 1 million subscribers when I'm older or whatever the case may be. But anyways,
right now.
But when Kai really got heated was when they compared him to Stephen A. in terms of his confidence, and Kai took it as a backhanded compliment. He did not like this.
Kai, you remind me a lot of Stephen A.
Bro, take that compliment, bro.
Yeah.
Take that
energy, the confidence, it's very Stephen A. The takes.
Nah. Nah.
The face.
Nah.
Kai has had a few share of back and forths with interviewers, but the biggest one was probably when he checked Shannon Sharp for making fun of his height on TV.
Hold on. You got guys jumping over Taco. Aaron Gordon jumped over Taco Fall. Matt McClung jumped over Shaq. Jalen Bryan jumped over Castanet in a seat. What am I supposed to do with that, Stephen A? They should have gave him a 2 across the board. The man's already 3 foot tall. You put him in a chair 91.5. And Jalen Brown dunked over him and he got 40+ points. Really, Stephen A?
And just like Kai did with Elliot, he confronted Shannon about it when he got invited to his show, and he fully checked him.
You call me 3'1", 3'4", 3?
5'5", 5'2". But when you sit down, you half that.
Bro, when I'm sitting down, I'm damn near like 5'5".
Bro, you not 5'5" standing.
Okay, what? So how tall am I standing?
Maybe 5'4".
No, I'm a lot taller.
No, bro, you not.
I'm like, sit down. Like, yeah, Kai, you're not no 5. If you're 5'5" sitting down, then yeah, you gotta be like 6 foot something standing up. All right, so
just calling you. I'm just here today to apologize because I mean, people took it.
Thank you. All you apologizing.
People took it out of context.
Okay. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you, Coach. Thank you, man. Yes, sir. More minutes, chat. More minutes.
This next one with Aiden Ross could have been dangerous when he completely crashed out on some interviewers and called them a bunch of grown goofies. The interviewers over at the Figmunity World podcast decided to disrespect Aiden for siding with Kendrick Lamar during the Drake beef last year. They told Aiden that he was on their hit list.
Hey, no, because his homie, they was in Vegas and the DJ was playing it. And his homie is singing that shit. And Aiden like, man, nah. He like, Florida. He like, turn this off. This shit.
Oh, so Aiden Ross tripping too?
Oh, for sure.
Slap your bitch.
He took a stand. He took a stand, right?
Yeah. We stand on business. Fuck. We stand on business, nigga. Nigga, slap him.
So Business got shot by the Rob.
But Aiden was far from scared and he decided to clap back.
I don't give a fuck. Like, you think I'm scared of LA? What? I lived in LA for years and years and years. I'm not banned from LA.
The thing is this, you lived in a nice area of LA. That's one thing that you'll never catch me doing is disrespecting gang members. That's some that's the thing. I don't know what them guys' case are, the part of that podcast, but I'm just more so saying like LA as a unit. When you're making any forms of comments about LA, it has to be respectful, because I'm like, my thing is this. Let's just say that those guys on that podcast, they're former gang members, or at least know some gang members. I'm not trying to find out that they knew some gang members, and next thing you know, I'm running down an alleyway and somebody screaming out Tyler in a sense of Ricky, and I'm it was some distance. I don't know how you get shot from that distance with a sawed off, because it wasn't a sawed off shotgun. Either way, regardless, I'm not trying to get the Ricky treatment, okay? I'm trying to get the treatment of somebody that could go into LA and leave up out of LA. So yeah, no, that's one thing. I think I remember when this had happened, and yeah, that was just dumb on his part, because I'm like, it's one of those things where I'm like, you could tell that he's out of tune with dangerous situations like that. So because I just guess, like, with me, it's like I paid attention a lot, and it's like, and it really ain't no different, but I paid attention a lot to Chicago, like that like side of the area when it comes to like rap beef and gang beef and all that stuff. And yeah, and you hear where it's like it'll be a somebody from Chicago, part of a gang, where they go and they're like, oh, I did this, I dissing this person, I did this, and I'm on this avenue with, and I by myself, nobody's with me and all that. Next thing you know, it'd be like 2 hours later, that individual then got shot and killed. So that's why I'm like, yeah, bro, you playing the day, and he's live streaming this too. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, nah, bro, you have to really sit down and think about a situation. Like I said, you lived in a nice area of LA. You didn't live in no area of LA where it's like, you walking outside making sure ain't no stuff going on, and yeah, it's things like that where it's like, bro, you ain't having to look inside cars and see if somebody's sitting there staring at you or waiting for you and stuff. You ain't never had to worry about that. So I never lived in LA, but I just assume if you live in a high risk life, or if you're doing something that's putting you in a high risk situation, you definitely gonna have to be looking over your shoulders, hanging around with security and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm like, Dad, bro, stop it.
That old ass on that podcast, bro. I'll smack the shit out of you. Well, not me, but I'm gonna have security smack the shit out of you. Not me.
And that's the thing. You think security? My thing is this. If I'm Aiden Ross's security guard, which would be a wild thing, if I see a bunch of gang members approaching us, right, and they look like they got guns, they asking us where we from, what set we claiming and all that, they doing things with their hands that I've seen in some cases and situations if I'm watching a music video or a movie. But other than that, I'm looking at Aiden Ross, right? I'm gonna probably be looking like this. I'm gonna look at him, I'm like, you seen Boys in the Hood. I showed you that movie. Remember what they did at the very end with Ricky and Trey, what they did? They're like, okay, we act like we don't see him. We gonna take off running. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna count down. Run. Like, it's one of those things where I'm like, fam, I just think, yeah, Aiden, you're gonna mess around and get somebody killed. You doing stuff like this, jokes aside, you gonna get somebody killed, whether it's your security, and that's blood that you're gonna have to live with. Don't do that to yourself.
But I'm gonna have security smack the out of you and beat your ass. It's that simple, bro.
One of the hosts was out of town when he saw the clip, but he called into the podcast and issued a warning to Aiden.
And I swear to God, I'm gonna slap him, and even if his security is from LA, they gonna get slapped too. So if he comes with some out of town security, they really gonna get smashed. It's no fly zone for him. He just has put himself in an equation that he can't get out of. Aiden Ross, no fly zone. Please let me know when you get to LA. Please, brother, sister, auntie, please. It's over for him. He inserted himself in something he can't take back. And I know a lot of motherfucking security people out here, so I will find out if he in the city. And he better not stream or none of that, nigga. Pull up on ya.
After this, Aiden reacted to it and made it clear that he couldn't really care less, and if the goal was to make him scared, it clearly didn't work.
Yeah, because it's like you're not in that situation. It's like the thing is this, you're in the comfort of your home, but if somebody put a bag over your head, then took the bag off, you looking around, you on an unfamiliar street, you start seeing like streets like the signs that look familiar, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm in LA. Oh, there goes that guy that I had problems with. I ain't got no security with me. So yeah, when you're walking around with 24/7 security, of course you ain't gonna be scared. But when you put yourself in that same scenario without security, I guarantee and I promise you the conversation gonna be different. It's always different. So that's why I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm like, if that's the case, most people would just be all like, okay, let's go somewhere and we handle this. Him, on the other hand, he's like, he ain't trying to do that. He's like, no, I'm just going to continue trolling these guys because I know it's going to be good for me. Oh, Aiden Ross goes up against some LA gang members and stuff, because that is going to be the conversation and narrative, even if they're not gang members. But yeah, it's all like Aiden Ross goes up against some gang members. Nah, bro. It's like he talked to them from the comfort of his home. he's not in no real danger. Okay, so
Security get popped every day, baby.
So come do it. Go to jail for the rest of your life. It's so worth it, bro. Your life. Come on, let's try it. Let's make some magic happen. Come on, try it. At least you'll go to jail for what, minimum 5 years in LA? What is it? I got the best lawyers of all time, baby. Let's do it. And I'm gonna low-key sue you for that. You want to? I can't wait. Yo, let me get that clip again. Put that on my phone right now. Send that right to my lawyer. I promise you, I'm serving you ASAP. Don't ever threaten my life again. You. Go start a family. This podcast shit's not for you.
Aiden had been living in LA for a long time and he is well connected in the city. And so after he did a quick background check on the interviewers, he got the confirmation he needed. And this time he crashed out.
Because you guys aren't on shit. I did the whole background research on all you guys. You guys are fat, low-life losers. Big. Why are there flies walking around me? Did I really stink that bad? I'm not full of shit, bro.
It was clear that Aiden didn't take these guys seriously, but Blackboy Max, however, had to shut down podcast host and hip-hop interviewer DJ Academics for talking crazy about his...
Any and everybody then had to shut down. The thing is this, when you get into that, like, I guess, sphere of the entertainment business where you and DJ Academics' paths done cross, yeah, anybody can shut down. I'm like, Erykah Badu has shut down DJ Academics. Well, find that clip. Find that clip was when they were on Everyday Struggle. And Erykah Badu, I'm like, no, she was baiting DJ Academics. Whole episode, like, man, she's like, you remind me of somebody I grew up watching. Like, it's somebody that, like, you know, from my childhood. Like, and whole episode, it's probably somebody good. It's probably somebody. It got to the last, few minutes, I guess, of the episode. And she was like, I remember now. Jerry. And they're like, Jerry who? Jerry? She's like, the mouse, Jerry from Tom and Jerry. Everybody I know. It's one of those things where I'm like, Erykah Badu. It's one of those things. I grew up being an Erykah Badu fan, listening to her music and stuff. But yeah, I was like, after that, it's one of those things where it's like this level of, I guess, being a fan that she gained from me. Cause that was, I had to say, Erykah Badu, I've never really have seen too many funny moments from her. That's the one and only time I had to say I've seen her be funny. That's all that I needed. I'm like, nah, shout out to Erykah Badu.
Sister. Academics hopped on a call with Max moderator Noor, who was 15 years old at the time. The way he was speaking to him was beyond inappropriate.
If Max said he wanted to try, gonna do it.
No.
What?
Why not?
Why not?
Yo, you can have. Wait.
If I can't fuck you, I'm cutting you off.
No, yo. Suppose he's like, yo, bro. Listen, yo, you always wanted me to be next to you. Now I could be inside of you. Pause.
That's a weird conversation to have with a kid. I'm sorry, but no, that's one of those things where I would be trying to figure out with this kid what his life goals are. I'm having a conversation with him where it's like, I want the best for you, but I'm not gonna ask no weird question like that. That's one of those things with DJ Academics. It's like if some stuff comes out about him, about his, I guess like some personal things where he's just. I think a lot of people know where I'm going, but it wouldn't surprise me if you having conversations like that, this with kids. It honestly wouldn't surprise me if some people came out and said, "Oh yeah, I've had a similar interaction with DJ Academics when I was a kid," and that's weird, man. That's a weird conversation to have. DJ Academics, he's somebody where I'm like, I just don't. At one point in time, I felt like he had a good thing going for himself, but I think that he got desperate and he allowed this, he allowed the Hollywood lifestyle to get to him, or famous lifestyle to get to him. And then he started falling off, started getting desperate, and now he's just trying to do any and everything that he can. But I just think it's like, fam, even out of desperation, it's like there is no reason for you to be asking no 15-year-old kid that type of question. That's just weird.
Sister, and she threw you the box. Would you smash her?
He already has a sister.
Alright, if she threw you the box, would you smash her?
No, because I'm 15. I'm not scared of women. Yo, bro, you trying to put me on a case. You trying to put them on a case.
So?
And if I was, and that's the thing, I'm not blaming Blackboy Max. I'm not saying that this is, but I was like, I definitely would talk with him and be, the moderator and be like, hey, from this day forward, any adult that's like somebody like DJ Academics, don't have no conversations with them, you know. And if you feel that the conversation is going in that direction, like, because I know that you're gonna be wanting to, you're gonna get more chances and opportunities for an interview. And if somebody's asking you a weird off the wall question like that, leave the interview. I don't, if they're all like, oh, you're a moderator left. And I'm like, okay, well, what did you say to them to where they, if they felt uncomfortable, it's like, what did you say to them? So that's, so I'm like, no, it's like, I have a conversation with them and be all like, hey, don't, you know, I guess like go in a direction like that no more, because he's gonna put you in a dark place that you don't need to be at. All right, so
What you mean so? That's weird.
It didn't take a lot for the clip to get posted on Twitter, and from that point on, Max decided to fully cut off academics. And he even decided to distance himself from Nor in the public eye for a while.
Next day come act mad because I didn't call him and ask him about the clips because they were out of context. When the clip shows, literally asking Nor if me or if he would my sister. How is that out of context? I was tuned in with you. I was always tuned in, watching you, supporting you. I with you. Gang. I will never in my life put business over morals.
Yeah.
God has tested me in this way multiple times to start this year. I'm gonna keep it honest with y'all. Never, ever put business over your morals. Once you do that, that's selling your soul, in my opinion. I will never do that. You came on my Song Wars, you judged. I appreciate that. That's love. But at the end of the day, if you are coming on stream and you are saying weird shit to a nigga, to a kid I basically view as my little brother.
Max shut down academics quickly, but what happens when the streamer gets shut down by the interviewer? Well, that's exactly what happened when IShowSpeed made an appearance on Logan Paul's podcast, where they had Kevin Durant as a guest. Speed was kinda starstruck and explained to KD how he bought a bunch of his shoes, but KD couldn't care less.
Because sometimes it takes people.
That's mad personal.
Yeah, KD, he's somebody where I'm like, look, bro, I get that you might not like the people fanning over you and stuff. It's like, bro, it's the kid in him. Like, you can't be mad. If my thing is this, right? I'm KD's age. KD is like, what, like 30-something years old. If some 19 or however old IShowSpeed was at this time approaches me, they're like, oh man, I'm a big fan. I buy your shoes and all this other stuff. I might not like that. It's like, it's awkward. And I'm like, yeah, it's, you know, it's like awkward. I guess like people, they say how they watch your videos and stuff like that. I never know how to respond when people say that they watch mine. Like they like face-to-face talk with me all like, oh yeah, I watch your videos and stuff. It's weird, you know, but at the same time, it's like something where I'm like, if there's two routes to go down where I gotta disrespect the individual or just accept the fact that they're watching my videos, I'm gonna accept the fact that they watching my videos. So with KD, I'm like, fam, he's trying to show love to you. I don't get how that was wrong. But yeah, KD was being weird in this interview. That's one thing where I'm like, I don't know what he was going through that day, but I'm like, fam, there's a different way he could have handled that. But anyway.
Right. That's some 19-year-old.
Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant. You know I got all your I got all your shoes, like KD7s, KD8s, like bro.
Bro, get off my. That ass, bro. Yo. I'm trying to hear that right there, bro. We having a solid convo.
Okay, all right, yeah, you're right. You're right, yeah. You know what?
Weird.
Yeah, that was,
bro.
Yeah, that was a curveball. It's like an analogy. When you go,
how many equations you gonna use today, bro?
Speed, you're too smart.
Yes, yeah.
That's the problem.
I know, and I think he doesn't comprehend. Like I'm saying,
No, he does.
I'm giving formulas and math.
That's
but
just the Gen X. What is it, Gen Alpha?
No, he's
Gen
alpha. You might be alpha.
Gen Alpha.
You might be
Yeah,
alpha.
I just think y'all know it all because y'all got the computer on, you know.
You grew up with an
fingertips,
iPad.
bro. Stop. You're a tablet baby.
Oh, yeah, tablet. I
You ain't
ain't know
experienced nothing yet.
I experienced a lot of stuff. What? I'm like speaking facts.
You be speaking all fast and then you say a bunch of bullshit.
No, I'm saying
That's
for real.
crazy.
Kevin was treating Speed like he was a random and thought that he was some nepo baby that grew up with money.
I mean, 21 is 21. Like, yeah, I'm 21, but
Oh, so you living like that already, huh?
yeah, like
Oh, okay.
it just comes
Privilege,
fast
bro.
as you know.
Like privilege, bro.
Yeah.
Privilege. My privilege.
I guess I don't know. I've remembered IShowSpeed's situation before he became the, you know, person that he is today. That man that man was streaming from his like parents' home and stuff. You know, and you look at him now, it's like, yeah, it's like that. The thing is this, he probably, unless like his family still lives in that home, if not, he probably got them a house probably double the size of that house, if not triple or quadruple the size. Speed's doing good for himself right now. I don't think that it came from no privileged attitude growing up and things. The thing is this, I don't know too much about Speed's life, but I'm going to say this much. That man struggled. He got the work in, and now he's IShow Speed. He ain't, what's his name, Darren? Yeah, he is still Darren. That's one thing about it. He's going to forever be Darren, but he built a whole franchise, okay, off of 3 words, IShow Speed. So that's why I'm like, yeah, anybody disrespect that, I'm like, I guess, like, I don't know, people think like I'm an IShow Speed fanboy. I'm not. I remember him from when, you know, I watched his content over the years and all that stuff, but I guess, like, if you're thinking, oh, I'm liking every one of his posts, follow him on social media, if he comes out to Seattle, I gotta go and meet him and all that stuff, I'm like, fam, I got my own things going on, you know. So if our paths ever cross, then it's more so on paths where it's like I would like to work with him. But as far as, like, you know, like, oh my god, it's IShow Speed, I cry my eyes out and say, no, I'm not doing all that. But at the same time, I'm not going to disrespect a franchise that he built and stuff. So
19, look what you at 19.
He's a hard worker.
Yeah.
He's a hard worker.
I just started young. I just got lucky and started young. That's really what it is.
This starts so young.
And it started when I was 15, so.
You got a long time to keep going, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
If you're wondering how the collab even came about, it's because they're both prime athletes. But let's see how he reacts when he finds out that Speed has more IG followers than him.
So why don't you have a profile picture on Instagram?
Because I never had one, and I don't want to do it.
That's crazy.
How many followers you got now?
I think 15.9.
59.
Right,
you
got
said
more
59.
Yeah, huh?
15.9 million?
Yeah.
Bro,
he's
no.
no.
He's a phenom.
Yeah.
He's phenom.
Got humbled just based off of followers alone. It's like, yeah, bro, you ain't this big stuff. Yeah, no, Kevin Durant, don't get me wrong, probably gonna go down in history as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. But comparing himself, like, I guess, like, if we are talking social media and stuff like that, you ain't on no IShow Speed levels. So you might came out. I do remember he came out. It was these like YouTube collaboration sneakers and stuff. But if it came, like, let's say if it came down between IShow Speed uploading the video and Kevin Durant uploading the video, it's like, bro, you're gonna have to upload an outstanding video if you're gonna try to compete with somebody like IShow Speed. But anyway,
this next one with Hasanabi is probably the biggest crash out on this list, because he completely went off on this interviewer when they were having a political debate. She was completely ignoring him and he wasn't going for it at all.
Dissolve the apartheid regime.
So what would you like to see happen, Hassan?
Breathing room. Do you not understand the English language? Dissolve the apartheid regime.
You need a Xanax, first of all. You need a Xanax. Okay, so should Israel do
I'm
to
sorry,
the West Bank what they did to
Palestinians
Gaza?
have been ruthlessly slaughtered by the Israeli state.
Give
It makes
back
me a
the
little
land
upset
so that it can
when
turn
someone is
into another
defending that.
Gaza? Is that what you'd like to see? Another terrorist haven launching rockets all day instead of turning into Singapore? Because that's what they did in 2005.
Wait, hold on. What is Singapore?
The billions of dollars in aid they turned into building tunnels. Is that what you'd like to see?
I don't know. Have I gone
Singapore
deaf?
every day.
Sorry,
What,
Emily,
is
is the
Singapore
West
an
Bank
open-air
supposed to be
prison?
Singapore?
What are you talking about?
Is the West Bank supposed to be Singapore?
The West Bank has a port. They can import and export. Israel gave them a great piece of land. They received billions of dollars in aid, not only from
Israel
the
gave
U.S.,
them a great
but
piece of
Israel
land?
gave. Are
No.
you mad? They had a chance to rebuild, but they spent the last 15 plus years crying that they don't have enough land
West Bank
because there
is
is never
Singapore.
enough land for them instead of rebuilding. But that's okay. Build tunnels. Don't build hotels and don't rebuild
Israel
civilization.
has
Just build
not
terrorist
allowed
tunnels to keep hostages
Palestinians
in.
to have a nation state that they deserve by international law since the inception of the Israeli nation state. What you are saying is insane to me. The fact that you brought up the last 15 years as Palestinians crying is disgusting.
Oh, I have one more question.
You are a disgusting little monster
one more question.
who thinks
One more question.
that not offering contiguity to the Palestinians in
like,
the
"No, I
form
ain't
of a
finished."
state, which is under international law, is just simply Palestinians crying.
They didn't let him speak when he was trying to get his points across, which led to him fully crashing out.
Listen to what I'm saying, and you will understand, perhaps, what I'm trying to imply
very
here.
patronizing.
Utilizing the hostages. Yeah, I am being patronizing. I don't know who you are, and you're over here chirping all the way from London about Palestine and doing a both sides are fine type bullshit. Where you're talking about how you want to free Palestine, but also simultaneously, both sides got a lot going on. Fuck up. You don't know anything, okay? I don't give a shit about what your perspective is.
I agree. Hassan doesn't like what you have to say, so you're wrong. It's Hassan's way or the highway.
I mean, you are.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the video on screen right now. And with that being said, take care.
Yeah, I think when it gets to, political, especially with Palestine, I'm like, yeah, when it gets to stuff like that, and, what's happening there, not right. And I'm like, people wrongfully losing their lives and hostages being, yeah, that ain't cool. So that's where I stand on that. But yeah, and that's as much as I'm gonna say, cause yeah, you got people, they get mad and they want to be wanting to go back and forth. I ain't trying to do all that. I just know that people wrongfully getting killed, that's not that ain't cool. So, but anyways, make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Dr. Live for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.